very much indeed, James. Good afternoon, everybody. As James said, my name is Helen Houston. I'm an independent contractor, and one of my main contracts just now is working as the development manager for the Kyle Sutherland Development Trust. For those of you who don't know where that is, it covers, it's in Sutherland, obviously, there was a wee hint there in the title, but we mainly cover the communities of Argyll, Bonar, Rose Hall. It's a community which some years ago was bypassed when they built the Dornoch Firth Bridge, and the community has been basically in decline since the bypass of the new A9, well, it was new then. Okay, I need to remember what I'll do first. So I'm contracted 3 days a week to work for the Trust. I'm going to just tell you a wee bit about what funds are available in our area currently. So you can see we've got on the slide there, it tells you exactly what we have. From Eon 40,000 more or less, and that's a community panel that distributes that, and people apply to become a member of the panel. They're currently going through a process just now to select some new panel members. And then we have the SSE Akani one, which brings in a considerable amount of money, 115,000. And then there's two other funds which are distributed across 3 community council areas, 2 in my area, called the Wintharson Fund and Rock by Sea, and they bring in, as you see there. So we've got a total potential community benefit of 190,000. So I'll go back to the beginning. Why was our development trust created? Well, the development trust was created because there was a kind of vacuum there. There's three community councils that actually sit on the panel, and one of the other communities is Laird, and they had a development initiative, which is basically a development trust, and they had an officer. And what they saw was that, you know, they were tending to take away all the funds because they had somebody working for them. So in 2011, the Kyle Sutherland Development Trust was actually created, and it was created because obviously they realised that maybe the Laird was going to maybe most of the money, and wasn't that much coming to Argyll and Keith community council areas. So they set this up to best utilise the wind farm funds for their area, and also to ensure that we were optimising funding opportunities that were identified from external sources. So the trust was created to ensure long-term sustainable benefits that would be achieved for the Kyle of Sutherland. So they did that. They had this body. What will we do now? So some thought, and scratching of the head went on. So what they thought was, we better do a development plan. And I think, you know, we were being supported by various agencies to get that done. And so what they did, to do the development plan, they thought, well, we'll need some help. So through leader and benefit funds, they appointed a full-time development officer who helped them go through this process of consulting with the community. So they did various, you know, the questionnaires, they had focus groups, they had all sorts of different ways of consulting with the community. But they also realised that business was really important, so they also consulted with the businesses to set up sort of business forums to sort of have some business blethers, business breakfast blethers and stuff like that. And they also went out to individual groups and spoke to them. And from that, a development plan was created. On the side, you've seen some of the pictures that I thought were significant pictures, although maybe not, they maybe don't actually come in the time frame that I should have put them up on. That was a community consultation exercise, the top one, and this was a community cafe that was set up in response to a crisis we had. So what does the development plan do? It means that you've then got community buy-in for what you then proceed to do. It's really important that the community felt that they have an input into what happens to the area, and what the priorities are in the area. So hopefully then we don't get, well, that's not fair kind of happening, and it's not here.
Surely not.
Those of us in the community will understand what I'm talking about. So it means hopefully that we've got community buy-in. The community have felt that they have been consulted, and the consultation has led to the strategic direction of the Development Trust. It also leads to priorities for projects and for the implementation of that plan. And I do that zigzag because you must never ever forget that there's maybe opportunities that become available that actually don't fit with your plan. And I am a real opportunist, I have to say. So always, okay, you've got your plan and you're following your plan, but opportunities can arise, and if they do arise, grab them, because particularly if you can see absolutely there is a benefit. The cake, this is a representation of Bonar Bridge. We had a Bake a Bridge competition, and that was the winner. So this is a representation of Bonar Bridge, because it was its birthday. It was 40 years old. And so we had this project, and that was the winner of the Bake a Bridge competition. Okay, so the development plan 2011, here were some of the projects that came forward. An apprenticeship scheme, I think you've heard some talk about that previously. We realised that we're on the Route 1 national cycle route. We had a lot of tourers coming through, the job people, we put bicycle stands, we gave transport grants, equipment for school, and they paid half the development officer's payment. However, we move on to 2003, 13, oh gosh, and yours truly comes into post. The previous development officer has given up. She's got babies, got babies, two babies, and so something the trust had achieved, 2 babies. And so I come into post, asked to please come into post to help them, and here are some of the opportunities that have developed. It was never in the development plan. Our post office had some sort of threat around it. So we said, okay, we consulted with the community. There's a threat to our post office, what will we do? So we consulted the community, absolutely 100% behind us, and we bought the post office. With the post office as a house and land, where just before I came down on Tuesday, we started the rip out to do the redevelopment of the house, thanks to a grant from the regional fund of SSE. Thank you, SSE. And on that same site, we're going to build 3 houses, because it's a big piece of it. We've also, in the office that I was in, the person who operated those offices shut down. And we thought, oh my God, we're not going to have any offices. So again, opportunity, we said, right, we'll take on the lease of the offices and we'll find people to lease them to. This time last year, there was me 3 days a week. I now have 5 members of staff. So you can see we moved away from that kind of smallish kind of project, and now our community's thinking big. You know, you can only develop a plan, in my idea, with your own knowledge. Sometimes communities don't see that you can actually achieve big, big things. So we've gone back out to our community to say, we want to look at a new plan going forward. And it's just about there. It's for all the same reasons, but horizons have been lifted because of the opportunities that we've grasped in the last 12 months. So the development plan, as you can see, high community expectations now. We are regarded by Highlands and Islands Enterprise as an anchor organisation. We're now account managed by HIE, and we are the community, Highlands and Islands economic driver. We've had 2 huge calamities in our area, Carbisdale Castle flagship SYHA facility shut down, 100,000 visitors a year no longer coming, and this time last year our key tourist attraction, the Falls of Shin Visitor Centre, burnt to the ground. Okay, and again, attracting over 100,000 visitors a year. So we decided we're going to start making things really happen in our community because nobody else is going to do it for us. So what we've done is we've just about on Monday to sign an agreement with the owner of the former Shin Falls, and it's really exciting because we've just done it. We're going to sign an agreement with them. They're going to build the new centre to our design, and we're going to be the operator. So loads of things are happening in our area. So to finish, the trust income in 2012 was 22,000. In 2013, 32,000. And this year, we're going to show that we'll have brought in 487,000 of project funding into the Kyle of Sutherland, of which the wind farm contribution was 89,000. And that has been a tremendous amount of match funding for us, you know, that filled gaps, that meant that we could go and say, you know, we have this. So don't always think big, because your wind farm money can make some tremendous achievements for your community. Thank you very much.